live from Las Vegas at the GCA show. After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas, world's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana, live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, you know, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars.
Come on in, the water's fine.
Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios. Happy evening.
Happy evening. Good evening, aficionados, and welcome to another Great Lakes podcast show. We got a hot one tonight with a really good guy who's been around the industry for a long time, a friend of ours that we met at the Corona Cigar Lounge. And Ray will be jumping on shortly, and you're going to learn a lot from Ray. He's really knowledgeable and just a super guy in general. Welcome, everybody. Get your share going. Get everybody's watch party set out there. And most importantly, you know, we have a YouTube channel. Subscribe. Hit the button. It's free.
Yep. Click that subscribe button. Click the notification button so you never miss the show when we're going live or when we post something.
Or when we're dead.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
You never know. We could come back and haunt everyone.
Yeah. That would be nasty of you.
And then for everyone that's out there,
man.
and everyone that's out there in Twitch land, make sure you follow us on Twitch as well.
Hey, Brad Burko's on, and I want to tell Brad, look at us. We've got like the official headsets, me and Bob. We're wearing our official Corona skull caps because we're freezing, and it's in Florida. So it's warmer in Scottsdale. You're near Scottsdale. I know you're in Arizona, so it's nice and warm there.
Phoenix had some interesting weather this morning. I think it was like in the 20s or 30s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy weather, man.
Hey, well, I mean, last year they had snow in Vegas. I mean, it only lasted like an hour, but it had snow in Vegas.
Yeah. And I know on the East Coast they're preparing for a nor'easter.
Oof.
Oh,
yeah, they're getting hit again.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow here in Chicago, we're going to get to a nice negative 30 degrees.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, don't you love this warming?
Yeah, global warming. Global warming.
It's global except here.
You know, it reminds me of that Twilight Zone episode where the girl was dying of the heat and stuff.
Yeah,
and at the end, of course, it was freezing outside. It was just the opposite.
Yeah, it wasn't like this.
There you go. As moving to the mountains or something, so it's cooler up there. And of course, he was moving to Florida because it was warmer, because it was 0 outside.
Now, don't look like Florida's too nice and hot down there for you guys either, man. You look like two guys that should be in Canada.
Oh, Brad says
brother,
not in the 20s for 30 years. It was 68 today.
Where?
Ooh.
Oh, 68. Oh,
yeah.
68. That's a good temperature. We're like 40-ish.
Well, but the other day we had 32 degrees overnight, and it was
we had frost.
We actually woke up with frost on the lawn, but by the afternoon it was 68 degrees. So it's crazy bizarre weather. It's crazy.
Dude, how is that affecting the citrus crop? I mean, because that frost and cold weather.
I don't drink orange juice is all I could say.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Tropicana how they're doing.
You think about it. I mean, that's a big export for Florida. I mean, orange juice and grapefruit juice. I mean, you got to be careful about that stuff.
Well, they got the heaters going.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
No, you got your heater going.
I turned the heat on in my house.
Oh yeah, we have the heat on.
I actually have heat on. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's really weird.
Now, since we've been in this, new age where they said, gas prices were going to skyrocket, how has the heating bill been for you guys?
I haven't gotten that bill, but the price of gas at the pump, 16 cents, literally in a few hours, it went up.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So I guess world events are impacting our gas prices, even here in Florida.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A gas-friendly state because I'm living in it. They
Well,
know. I provide a lot of natural gas.
You do. You do. If they could,
Stay clear of Frank natural gas.
Yeah. Well, guys,
No
I think
problem.
we should talk about what we're smoking and drinking tonight, so that folks out there can get a kind of a chance to enjoy what we're enjoying. I know that tonight our special guest Ray Valle or Valle or Val.
Valet.
However you would like to Valle.
Valet.
we're going to let him pronounce his
His
name
name, because Ronnie. Oh, we'll let Ronnie butcher it.
yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, you already butchered it already. So
Oh, no,
that's okay.
I gave it a little French attitude, so don't worry. Ray's going to appreciate that. The Blanco Liga Exclusiva de Familia.
Yes.
You like the way that's pronounced? Liga Exclusiva
Familia.
de Familia. And somebody just appeared in the green room, and we're going to add him on because that's
Why not? And then you can ask him how to pronounce his
Hey, Ray.
name.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
okay.
I haven't done this in quite some time. I'm a little rusty.
Yeah,
Hey,
last
it's
week.
all
We
right,
know.
all
It's
right.
been a while for
Like
you.
riding a bike. Don't worry about it. Comes naturally.
Yeah. Well, you know what else comes naturally to me? Drinking. So
Good. What do you drink? We were just
We'll
discussing.
drink that.
We were just discussing what we're smoking, which I just pronounced beautifully. But we were going to let Ronnie pronounce your last name.
yeah. Which one is that? The
The good
Liga Exclusiva de Familia or
Viva de
Yeah,
Familia.
Yep.
Sí, sí,
that's,
sí.
let me see. What do I we're at that one? Booyah.
Oh yeah, this is a.
That's what you're sending me, right?
Bob is always looking for free things.
This is, and I have to tell people, we smoked this already.
We smoked this last week on last week's show,
This
and
is
we were blown away.
fantastic
Good.
cigar. Absolutely fantastic. I couldn't put it out. I mean, I was down to like a half an inch, and it was starting to burn my fingers. And reluctantly, I had to put it out at that point. But
Right.
absolutely exquisite smoke.
Well, I'm gonna join you guys. Let me see what I'm gonna smoke though.
Oh, go ahead, smoke.
You know
something
what?
What do you? Oh,
Let me see what I have a lot of cigars, guys. I'm gonna make some noise. I mean, I got stogies for days.
Nice.
good. Look, we're smoking. We're drinking the.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Where'd you find that at?
I got my private stash. It's called Costco.
Costco. You know what?
Don't worry, we got bottles of that all up here in Chicago too. So we got
right?
you covered.
And if
I don't. You know, I'm in my garage, guys. I just got home from work. I've been on the road all day.
I mean, you work.
We're going to go to the sponsors. You get your act together. Let Frank put some sponsors on.
Let me pick out a cigar. There you go.
Frank,
All right, we'll be back.
We'll go to some sponsors. Why not? Ready?
All right, go for it.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. You know, there's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet, no, I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita 2-way humidification.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
And we are back. Welcome, folks. I told you we're going to have a hot one tonight. And
I don't know about that.
What's her name?
What's her name? Ray just had a sex change.
I'm done.
Hey, Ray, get on the phone.
Let's before we get too far off topic here, like let's introduce ourselves. Let's get this show started correctly, like we should.
Absolutely.
Off the rails within minutes.
You guys will keep doing that every show. It's getting more and more. Anyway, just to let you guys know, we got a lot of newbies, who we are. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. This is Kyle Jesso.
Good evening. How you doing, everyone?
The guy sitting somewhere in Alaska over there is my brother Bob.
How you doing, folks?
The good old, the Chooch, the cousin Frank himself.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
And tonight's special guest from David Blanco Cigar Line, the territorial manager of Florida and
Don't mess it up.
And Puerto Rico. Ray Valle. How are you, Ray? Welcome. Welcome back, man. The last time we had you, we were in the lounge together saying hello, sitting in Corona, having a grand old time.
Yeah, it's my home away from home, man.
I know.
Well, that's what Bob and Frank home away from home, me too. And as you can see, Corona Cigar Company is our
home away from home.
For home, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's their home away from home. They're
But it's
always
our
there.
home away from home now.
Well, okay.
It is now our home.
Frank, I mean, let me tell you, when I was driving, I almost called you. Actually, I was going to call your wife, and I was going to tell her, I was like, hey, give me your address again. I'm going to surprise Frank and walk in on the show tonight. And, I passed right by Lake Mary, and
that would have been hysterical.
Listen,
That'd have been awesome.
That would have been great.
I know how to break in. I know how to get past the gate already. So I just need to remember.
How are you going there?
I'll sick Louis after you.
Yeah,
Big bad Louis.
Anybody have a drink? You guys have a drink ready?
We're all drinking.
Yes, salute to old friends.
Yes.
Yes, and cigars, of course.
Without a doubt.
Congrats on your new position. We wish you all the luck.
Thank you, guys. Thank
all
you.
the best.
Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Salute.
Vic on saying hello, Oscar.
Hey, Vic, how are you?
Dr. Oscar is
we got Joe from Joe, the Don is in the house, which is V.
Don V.
Everywhere.
Absolutely. Big Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for jumping on, Joe.
Appreciate it. I mean, just
And of course,
glasses and they're magnificent.
Of course, it wouldn't be a show without Bruce.
Yes.
New haircut.
Whoa, look at that.
Second, third.
Whoa.
Oh, he looks like a human.
Yeah, he's got all bushy hair and everything.
He's definitely an
decent now.
earthling tonight. Yes, yes.
Looks good, Bruce. Looks good.
So, Ray, we want to congratulate you on your new position.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's tell the world about it.
I haven't talked about this to anyone.
We were
Well,
It is
look
an
the secret. Just tell us.
Yeah, so I came on with Blanco Cigars in December, and I asked to keep it on the hush, and for personal reasons. Honestly, with the company I worked for before, no animosity there. We left on great terms. I was going through a lot of stuff with my kid, as some of you know, and so I took some time off being on the road. I stepped away from the cigar industry for a couple of months, actually. Mm-hmm. And David and I and Ken met sometime in December, and we talked about the opportunity that was available working for Blanco Cigars. And it happened to be in the state of Florida. So after I spoke to David and Ken and had a couple of meetings, you know, it fits exactly who I am and what I'm about. You guys know I'm an Army veteran. I've worked in law enforcement, and that's David's background, right? David is in the U.S. Army Reserve. He's served our country. He's been a firefighter. He's been a police officer. Everything that I respect and fight for, everything I stand for, to include my motorcycle club. Right, I'm not leaving this out for one bit because it's my pride and joy. So I'm part of a Punisher's law enforcement motorcycle club.
Nice.
Right there. See, I'm prospecting currently with them. And
yeah,
I'm a prospect, baby. It's cool. So listen, you know, the Punishers is all about it's all about serving the community, you know, standing up for, you know, the blue line, our firefighters, our military, dispatchers, corrections, and so on. And that's what our motorcycle club is built on. We're a law enforcement motorcycle club. So my personal values, right, fit with Blanco Cigars.
Right.
My family values, you know, the cigar you're actually smoking right now.
Yeah.
Those family values, right? The Blanco, Exclusiva de Familia. The values there really hone in on who I am and what I'm about. And you know, me and David have been friends for a couple of years, and I respect him with all my heart. So it was just a good fit for me. You know, at this time in my life, it was just a good fit.
Right.
And you know, it's crazy. And I'm sorry if it's echoing. I'm in my garage. I'm rocking with my two TVs.
I like the fact that you've got like you're doing a replay of the Rams game.
You know, is that what's on? Is that what's on?
Bitch. I thought for sure you had the Devil and Mrs. Jones.
Here, I'll put see if I can twist this just enough so you guys get a little bit. There you go. Yeah, so you know, I started this journey 2 years ago, guys. You know, it's people ask me all the time, you know, hey, how do you become a cigar rep? I have no fucking idea. Right? I have no fucking idea. I can't do this job. But you know, I started doing what you guys are doing, right? I started a podcast right in the middle, like right as COVID started, and Cigar Enthusiast, which is right here. And you know, I've been smoking cigars since 1998 or so. I've met the who's who in the industry. I've befriended so many people in this industry that have guided me through my journey. Thank God. And, you know, this journey took me from being a podcaster, going on, you know, 2-3 times a week, doing live podcasts, interviewing people, to working at cigar lounges, to being a rep with Tarazona Cigars, with Eddie Tarazona, and learning so much from Willie Marante, who is now with Gurkha Cigars, man. That guy mentored me like it's no one's business. He really taught me how to do this job. Wow. You know what I mean? How to put, you know, your feet on the pavement and drive around the state, and what to say, and, you know, how to really speak about the cigars. See, I have a passion. I can talk about a cigar. You and I have had conversations, you know, just sitting at the lounge, and I can go on for hours and hours and hours. But it's a completely different feel when you're going into a cigar lounge, right? And you're trying to tell them why they should carry this cigar in their shop, right? That's hard. You know how many people say no to me, you know? And then I laugh at, and I'm an asshole, right? So I'm a, you know, I don't know how to call this. I fought for my country. I've served law enforcement. I've gone, you know, I've been homeless. I've lived my life, and I have a lot of experiences no one can take from me. So I tell people to go shove it all the time, right? So
it's a beautiful thing.
You know, when it is what it is, you know, but and I'm super sarcastic. So I love it when someone tells me they don't want to carry the cigar. I love it, because now my goal is to be at every cigar lounge around you, okay, to host events and do cut and lights. And then when you call me and say, hey, Ray, and I have a text message, somebody called me, someone texted me, listen, I'd love for you to come to the lounge. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm booked for the next like 4 weeks. Are you available on this day? Because I am not giving you my time ever again. Right. You said no. You didn't want to, you know, that's who I am. I'm not rushing for that $400 sale, $1,000. I could give two shits. All right. I'm old school, Long Island boy, right? New York. It's all about respect.
You got it.
Respect. I've had guys I've walked into the shops where they're like, listen, we're not buying. You might as well go home. I'm here hanging out with my buddies. We rode on our motorcycles like we're just hanging out. But yeah, we'll go next door. I don't give a shit. Like, all right, see you later. We'll spend our money somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hysterical how many times that happens. But this journey took me here, man. And you're joking. This is a joke, but what really impressed me when I went into David's shop, because he's got the big warehouse. You guys have been there, done your show from there.
Yeah.
So he walks me in, he's showing me around, shows me the warehouse, walks me into, we're sitting down near the kitchen, we're talking, he opens up the fridge. It is filled top to bottom with beer. He's like, just grab whatever you want. I'm like, all right, I like this already. All right, yeah, I'm going to say yes. And then he walks me, I grab a cigar, I walk into his office, and I turn my head to, actually, I didn't notice it right away for some reason. Usually I know where to find liquor. And I see this little table. It's got a couple of bottles on it. I'm like, that's cute. It looks like my little selection here in my garage bar. And then I turn to my left, and he's got a bigger collection than what I have here at home. I'm like, holy cow. He goes, yeah, just have whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I was like, where do I sign? What are we doing? Like, I can drink on the job. Life is good. Life's good.
Dave's an awesome guy, man, and with big family history.
He does.
It can be the guy is smart as one of the smartest in the industry.
He is. He's been blending cigars by himself. To give him, David Blanco himself has been blending cigars for 20 plus years, right? Blending cigars. Forget being a cigar manufacturer. The fact that he has his own line. His father and him had their line together and all that. It's, God, man, the fact that your blender is your manufacturer, that you can this guy can walk into your shop and educate you like nobody's business, like nobody else can, right?
Yep.
That's, to me, is really impressive. And that we have him to do that, right? He manufactures cigars for so many different people. Well, I'm not going to mention on the show today.
No, it's fine.
But he manufactures cigars for so many, right? And he's the blender. Put aside the family factory, the cousins. Put that aside.
Exactly.
He's the blender.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing.
Absolutely.
Right? I think that in itself says a lot for who he is and what he can do.
And you can tell by the expanse of his line and the quality of each stick, because ultimately he's not putting out like one great cigar. He's putting out stick after stick, which is fabulous. And you're like, man, that takes a lot of energy and time and experience.
Yes.
And love and passion.
I agree with you 100%. These are our primos. This is the primos line, right? It's a bundled cigar. It comes banded, unbanded.
Right.
And the classics do. It's a fucking hell of a cigar. It's a good stick.
I haven't had a bad one. Let's put it that way. I haven't had a bad Blanco cigar since I've been introduced to the line.
One of the best things about his cigars is that there is meaning and there is passion behind that stick. Like, especially the above and beyond.
Yes.
It's like one of the most that will take you on an emotional roller coaster smoking that, because it has such an impact of what that stick stands for. That is like by far and it's one of my favorites. Yes,
it's an emotional cigar.
Yeah,
it is.
It's emotion from anyone who smokes it, because especially if you're somebody who served.
Yeah,
in any capacity.
I got a text message earlier today from a brother in my motorcycle club out of state, and that was the first thing he's like, "Hey, I was at a cigar lounge there in Florida. I was talking to one of our brothers, Irish, and he mentioned the Above and Beyond line. Can you tell me about it?" So I educated him on the line. I took a picture of it, sent it to him, and he's like, "Where can I get it?" Mm-hmm. Now, here's something different that I do, guys. If you know me, you know that I will 100% promote and support the brick and mortar.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
You'll never hear me mention our website. You guys are they sponsor you. Feel free to plug that in. I 100% of the time never mention our website.
Yes.
But for all of you that go to the website, something that the Blanco family has changed or is doing now, all of our cigars on the website are being sold at retail.
Right.
Okay. Everything's retail. It doesn't matter if you buy it from us or you buy it from your brick and mortar. My personal preference is support the brick and mortar, right? I like having a shop to go to where I can get a drink and have a nice cigar.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely. Oh, by the way,
we do have a question from you from our listener, Barry Bones. Oh, there you go. Frank read my mind. Is there a cigar lounge in your atmosphere?
Are we here to talk about Blanco Cigars and me? What just happened? What just happened?
Barry, how can
everyone get him in trouble right away? Barry's looking for,
troublemaker.
Barry, yes, there is. My partners and I are opening up a cigar lounge here in Florida. It should be opened if everything goes well. Listen, by no means is this an easy task. Okay. What I'm doing, I've had a passion. Let me take it back. Push the guards aside. My family in Honduras used to own a motorcycle garage. My grandfather was a mechanic. And I learned, I never met him. He passed away, when I was 6, 7 years old. I never met the guy. That I remember. I remember being in Honduras when I was a kid, but I don't remember him. My mother, my uncles, my aunts, my entire family's been riding motorcycles since I was a kid, and that's a real passion for me. I love being on the road. I love wind therapy, man. I get on my Harley Davidson, rain or shine. I don't care how cold it is. I don't care how hot it is. When I get home from work, I'm on that bike. There.
Nice. There it is.
Nice.
That's my baby.
There you go.
Wow.
All right.
Very beautiful.
I'm always on my bike. Always have been. My uncle John taught me how to ride motorcycles. And this son of a bitch, man, I couldn't touch the pedals. I couldn't touch the floor. He used to hold the motorcycle up. He'd hit it. He'd put it in first gear. And he'd be like, all right, listen, this is the gas. Just go. When you loop around the block, beep the horn, and then loop around the second time, I'll come out here to catch you. That's how he taught me how to ride. Right? So I did. He's like, if you can ride a bike, you can ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I fell right down the street, and then some dude helped me get it up off my leg. I had this huge burn mark on my left leg. It was insane. And then I tried getting back on the bike, and the guy helped me get on there. He didn't know to hold on to the bike and put it in first gear. So what happens? I fell again.
Fell again.
Right? Fell again. And then I told him, you got to hit the thing down. I don't know what it is, but that thing over here, you got to hit it down. Got to go down. And then I can go forward. So he did, and I took off like a bat out of hell. And I mean, I passed my corner because of where I fell. I ended up like riding on the grass and I lived on a military base. So I looped around this yard, and like I was on the sidewalk. I was like, people are going to die. People are going to die. I'm like 9, 10, 11 years old. I don't even know how old I was. I think I was in 5th grade. I was in 5th grade around that time. And I'm like, all right, I'm killing everyone. I'm dying today. I'm not even wearing a helmet in New York, right? I'm, riding this ginormous motorcycle. So then, so I've been riding my whole life. And incorporating my love for motorcycles and incorporating.
When you said New York, are you at Fort Totten?
So I did live in Fort Totten, as a matter of fact. Wow. Yeah. We moved out of Fort Totten when Clinton closed it.
Gotcha.
We moved to Long Island to Mitchell Field.
Oh, Mitchell Field. Okay.
Very good. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I lived on Front Street and Merrick Avenue there. Is this Merrick Avenue? Am I right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm correct, right? Front Street, Merrick.
Yep.
Right? Where the old I can't even remember. I can barely remember home right now. Last time I was there, so much has changed. But so I wanted to incorporate my passion for motorcycles, my passion for cigars. I started smoking cigars back in the 90s, like I said. I didn't have a lot of great mentors when I started smoking cigars. I inhaled. I had no idea what I was doing. I was working at the World Trade Center as a military liaison for U.S. Customs and ATF for a counter-drug task force. And I was in my early 20s. And this is right before the World Trade Center since right before 9/11 happened, literally right before 9/11 happened. And I'm smoking cigars with the special agents that I worked with. So they were able to, they're the only ones in the building that had access to the roof. So they would go downstairs to Jonathan Drew's kiosk. We would all buy cigars there from JD. And then we would go up to, that's how long I've known him, by the way. I've known John forever. But I'd go downstairs, buy cigars. We'd go to the roof of the building and we'd smoke cigars. No idea what I was doing. You've heard me say this, man. I came down, I went to my desk. I'm on the floor with like paper towels soaking wet on my face. I'm yellow. I'm like, I'm sick out of my mind because no one was teaching me the differences between tobaccos and strength. I was just grabbing whatever they were grabbing, right? I want to be the cool kid on the block here. I want to be accepted, which, happens a lot in a cigar lounge. Right. So they don't know what they're doing and they just want to be accepted. So they grab what you grab, which isn't always the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, to incorporate the two things I love, what we're going to be doing is opening up a cigar lounge incorporated with a motorcycle shop, a repair shop.
Cool.
And we're currently in discussions right now to also add, because it's a very big building, we're also going to add, possibly, we're in discussion now, a motorcycle dealership in the process.
Oh,
wow. Dealership?
Yeah.
Where this is going to be? What location?
I cannot discuss that right now, but it's not too far from us. I promise.
All right.
I'm in Deltona. Just saying.
Yeah, listen, it's not too far.
Close. All right, I can tell you. Trust me, it's close.
Anywhere in Florida is not far. I mean, we already figured it out when we left your house to go to Tampa Bay, and it only took us an hour.
Well, that's different. Yeah, where he lives, it's about an hour. Everything's about an hour from there. In respect to Orlando, Lake Mary area, like here, you're a good hour and 45 minutes away from like everything that's
Pretty
important,
much,
I guess.
Yeah.
Miami, it takes like 3 hours to get to Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes 5.
But life sucks when you're in like Daytona and you have to go to a lounge in Tampa. Then you want to, you consider your life goals. And is this really what I want to do for a living? And I could be doing something different. I can be home drinking, sitting in the pool, all these things, these things. So, yeah. So I didn't get to tell you guys, but I decided to smoke the COBG Reserve. COBG Reserve. So nice. I have a thing with San Andreas. I really enjoy smoking the San Andreas tobacco.
Yeah.
But I also like Indonesian tobacco, even though I know a lot of times, people don't know this or not, but Indonesian tobacco is really, it mellows out a cigar, right?
Right.
If you're a blender, the blenders understand that, man. If it's a little too rough, it's a little too, too much strength, add a little Indonesian, it's going to bring down the strength a little bit, right? But there's something about those two combinations, to me, are so good. And there's only Macanudo makes their cigar, their green label, for example, that also has Indonesian tobacco, and I love that cigar, right? So yeah, it's the reason I smoke this like crazy. So when I don't give these out at a shop for you to try, it's probably because I smoked them on. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You're allowed. You're allowed.
So my personal favorite cigar to smoke at the shops is just this little Blanco 5 minutos, little 5-minute smoke.
Oh, yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? It's I carry these in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I just, all right, I'm going to give this guy, 20 minutes of my time, do what I need to do. When that cigar is done, it's time for me to go.
There you go.
So I smoke these on a daily. Come the end of the day, the BGs come out, it's over. BGs and some alcohol.
I have a question for you, Ray. When you're prospecting,
for the MC. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about prospecting.
Is clients. Yep.
Do you try to find out a little bit about the lounge or shop before you go, or are you going in there cold? Do you kind of know who the owner or who the rep is, who that person who's making the ultimate decision is?
Yeah.
Or you kind of winging it? Because that's always my fear. It's like, cold calling.
You do both, right? Again, I'm blessed. I've been, even before I got into the cigar industry, when I was doing the show, even on my own, I've visited so many shops here in Florida, right? I know most of the owners on a personal level. I know most of the owners. I know who's an asshole and who's not. right? I know who's going to give me, even on a cold call, if I just walk in, I know who's going to give me a few minutes of their time, and I know who I need to call and make an appointment before I walk in the door because they won't see me no matter what, right?
Right.
And they're not going to be rude. It's business, and that's something a lot of people don't understand, right? They don't know how to separate your personal life or your personal feelings from business, right? This is business, right? So if somebody comes knocking on my door, you guys get this all the time. Hi, my name is Ray. I'm here, from a roofing company and so. Do you have 5 minutes? Look, I got shit to do. I'm barbecuing. I got a kid running around half naked who won't take a freaking bath. I got 2 cats scratching my leg out because I haven't changed their cat litter. I got my old lady sitting in the house who I haven't seen in like 4 days. And if I don't give her a couple of minutes of my time, I'm going to be homeless and she'll cut my balls off. No, I don't have 5 minutes for you today. But let me come back tomorrow. Maybe I have a few minutes for you tomorrow, right? So I totally understand, walking into a shop without, on a cold call, just walking in and not giving them a heads up. I'm a big believer in a phone call. Hey, it's Ray with Blanco Cigars. May I speak with David? Hey, David, I'm going to be in the area tomorrow. All right. If you're available for an appointment, I'd love to stop in and see you. If you're not available, I'd like to stop in and just say hi.
Yeah.
Real simple. Yeah. You don't have time to see me? That's no problem. I'm going to come in. I'm going to shake your hand, give you a cigar. Listen, when do you have time to see me? I can come back next week, the week after that. I'm usually booked, through the week. Right. So I'm not going to put my appointments tomorrow aside for him, but I'd love to come back and talk to you, right? Yeah. It goes a long way. It's respect again. It's just showing them respect. They have a business to run. They're managers. The owners aren't always available. You have a manager you have to speak to, right? He's going to pass that cigar to the owner and say, hey, I really like this cigar. Check it out. Or like a lot of times what I get, listen, we already know Ray. He's a great guy. He comes here. He supports the lounges. He always shows up with his buddies. He's always smoking. He's always hanging out. Let's bring in his cigar out of respect. That happens a lot too.
Question. So when you're obviously the biggest problem for any shop and lounge is size of humidor, right? So it's amount of facings. So that's always their dilemma, right?
Yeah.
How do you break that mold for someone who may not know about Blanco cigars?
Yeah.
And
easy
get them in the door because it's a tough, it becomes a tough sell, right?
Yeah, no, it does. I ran out, but I would say there's multiple things. Listen, it's real estate. They're allowing us, they're buying product from us, right? And we're occupying real estate in their humidor. Okay. There's an up and down to having some real estate in a humidor. Okay. If nobody knows about the product, you have your regulars that come in, they only smoke what they smoke.
Right.
They don't just grab something. Oh, that's new. Let me try it. Okay. That's me. That's who I am. I walk in a humidor. I want to see what's selling. So I look around before I even talk to the owner. Sometimes I walk the humidor. What sizes do I see selling the most? Maybe the Robustos are moving, but let's say a Lonsdale's not moving or whatever. So I walk around, I see what's moving, what's not moving, profiles. You can easily tell because it is regional. It becomes a regional thing because everyone's smoking what everyone's smoking. Right. So you'll see that it's a powerhouse. People are smoking more Habanos or Maduros, and the Connecticut's aren't moving at all, right? Or vice versa. A lot of people, maybe it's in a new neighborhood, a lot of rookie smokers smoking a shitload of Connecticut's, and the Maduros aren't moving. So I have to take that on into consideration when I walk into a lounge. So listen, I know you're short of space. I can help you organize this to fit just one box. Okay. Allow me to put a box when I'm, let's say I'm going for something like, I have so many cigars all around me, guys.
I like that.
It's ridiculous. The Cigar Obsession First Third. I will walk in the humidor. I will push cigars aside, and I will put this in their humidor and let it sit there. And then I talk to them, and I let that bitch sit there. And as I'm introducing myself to people, I'm handing out, I give them 4 or 5 cigars. Hand this out to your regulars. And as they're smoking, what are they going to do? They're going to come up to me because they always do. Ray, that's a really good cigar. I was like, well, there's one more left, or like in this case, there's one more left in my box. Hey, there's one more in the box. Go ahead and grab it. It's for it's on the house. Take it. Like, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Take it. It's on the house. Right? What I believe brick and mortars need and what they want, right, is support, right? My job, I'm a rep for Blanco Cigars, okay? But more than that, I'm here to facilitate the needs of the brick and mortar. That's my job. My job is to walk into the brick and mortar, educate their staff, educate the consumer, and move the product off your shelf. Not off our website, not out of my freaking cooler, but from your humidor, from yours, okay? Give me a day to try that. Hey, bring in that box. Here's the SKU, right? Bring it in. Allow me to do that for you. Allow me to put money in your pocket, right? They buy cigars at wholesale. They keystone everything, 10% or so, okay? So they're going to double their money regardless. And that's my job. My job is to put that money in that cigar lounge's pocket so they can purchase more cigars and continue rotating what's on that shelf.
Now,
there's always room for another box.
Question for you, Ray. So you said that when you go into these lounges, you bring the box in and you start handing out cigars for free.
No, I give out cigars to the owner, or to the manager, and I, here's 4 or 5 cigars. If you want, go ahead and give that out to your VIPs.
I was like, how you navigating?
You don't. There's actually rules as a rep. We're not allowed to hand out cigars to consumers.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will not hand it out to you. If you're sitting there, my hair, smoke this cigar. I'll give it out to the owners.
Yeah.
I'm giving them samples for them to try. Now, that every owner is going to sit there and I want to know if my customers like it. Right. Hey, smoke this, John. Tell me what you think. Hey, Frank, smoke this. Let me know what you think. Hey, let me know what you think. That's what's going to happen. Right. So I'm not going to go out and just give out cigars to people.
Ray, I got a question. Now you're opening up your lounge, brand new.
No, I'm not going to carry Blanco cigars. That's how.
That's okay. I get it. But a brand new place. How do you know what to put in, and what is your average to say boutique cigar types to a premium? Your name, the big names, and you want to move boutiques in. How do you go about doing that selection?
It's all preference, right? And this is why a lot of people, when they first start a cigar lounge, don't use manufacturers right away. Don't call the reps. And they use a third-party wholesaler, right? Even though they're paying a little bit more, they can mix it up and figure out what their customer base likes.
Right.
Okay. Now you got a guy like me who's been smoking cigars a long time. I don't give a shit what you like. Okay. I'm going to bring in. I'm not bringing in. So you said boutique cigars, and you also said premium cigars. Boutique cigars are premium cigars.
Exactly.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Joe Schmo just decided, to open up a cigar line today. He's making it using premium tobaccos from one of the manufacturers that we currently love to smoke.
Right.
Okay. I have actually sitting right over there on the other side of my wine door. There's a company sitting there. I've got, I think, 2 or 3 boxes there from a guy who started making a cigar recently with Z. Okay.
Gotcha.
Z makes a solid cigar.
Yep.
Right. Most people know them, like they love the Santa Fe, right? Santa Fe's you can find everywhere. Right. Cordoba Morales, right? You can find Cordoba Morales in every freaking lounge in the state of Florida. So Z makes a great cigar, right? That's premium tobacco. That's a premium cigar. If David Blanco makes a cigar for you, that's a premium cigar. That is a premium cigar.
That's right.
Okay. What you do with it and how you represent it, that's your downfall. Okay. Right. That's everyone's downfall when it comes to boutique. How do you represent your line?
Exactly.
Okay. If I'll use David as an example because I work for him. If I make a cigar with David Blanco and I call it, Ray, Valle Cigar or Valley, right? Valle Cigar. And I promote it using David all the time. Whose fucking cigar is it? Is it mine or David's, right?
Right.
That happens all the time. People want to use the name of the person making it, which in my case sucks because you're forgetting who you are. And you're not telling people your history, your story. You have to tell your story. And people love stories for a cigar. Like you said earlier, the Above and Beyond line, the story behind the Above and Beyond line is phenomenal. The story behind the Liga Exclusiva, right? That's phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
All of it. But that's how cigars sell. It's that story. People want to hear it. They love it. They taste it, and they fall in love, right? It just happens. Boutique cigars are a great for me, are great in this industry, and it's the reason me and my partners are predominantly going to carry boutique cigars in our lounge.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, 95% of my cigars will be boutique. Okay, and now when you consider who's boutique, okay, there's so many there. You guys know the big names out there. Yep. Some of those big names out there are boutique, right? They're boutique. Okay, they are boutique. Don't let them fool you just because they're spending X amount of dollars at TPE and PCA. They're still boutique. Okay. But at the same, it's funny, I say that, but then there's also those lounge owners who only go to TPE and PCA to say they're going, but they don't spend any money there. Okay. They don't. They're just there to take pictures. They walk out with a couple of bags of free stogies, and then they go to their lounge and they try out those free stogies. And not once did they place an order. Okay. They'll place an order after the fact, maybe. But for the most part, especially your little mom and pop shops, right? They won't. They're just there to for show. They're there to take pictures and say, look at me, Coop. I took a picture. I'm doing this, but I can't spend money. I paid rent last month and I ain't got dick, So it is what it is. It's just the facts.
Right.
But boutique for me is where it's at, right? Boutique is where it's at, right? That's the competition between the boutique cigar owners, the manufacturers. That shit's fire.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it makes everything better. That's the great part of it. I think that the industry itself has benefited by all of the smaller boutiques coming in and
100%
creating a buzz.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's the science, the research that they're doing, because they have got to put out the best possible product to compete with the bigger names.
Right.
And one thing we're looking at, trying to talk about it lately, but boutique cigars, or the smaller guys, are what I see the young crowd now getting into, because they don't want their fathers or grandfathers cigar that they have. The young want to say, hey, I got this cigar and this is my go-to, because they want to put a claim on it. It's like craft beers, Or what do you got there, buddy?
Little horse soldier. I just want to see. I want everybody to know what I'm drinking.
Oh yeah,
Horse soldier reserve.
I think that's what's happening now with the younger generation. They want to find their craft cigar so they can claim it as their own, and they can talk about it, and that creates a buzz in the industry.
100%.
The bigger names that I'm not going to mention here, but you know who we're talking about, and all you listeners know what we're talking about. Buzz with the younger guys, and like you said, a guy just from last week or the last couple of years, people want to know that one because it's theirs. They can claim it as their cigar. I'm smoking this before everybody else. That kind of buzz that's going on. And like Frank said, the buzz right now that's happening in the industry, we got that second boom from the 90s.
Yeah.
In a sense, thanks to COVID, that people are now home smoking 2-3 a day because they're not in their office. Their home is their office. And people are smoking more and more. And it's a great boom for the entire line all the way across. But most importantly, the science, the research that the little guys are doing, because they know they have to have a name for themselves.
The right little guys. I'll say the right little guys, the guys that can spend the money.
Yes.
Okay. Because again, I know some boutique guys that all they did was they Sin said it really well the other night with Boston Jimmy on his show Stogie Press. Not everyone has access to a factory. Not everyone has access to the tobacco. Not everyone has access to sit down with the roller and say, you know what, I want to try this tobacco. I want to try this. Can you blend this together and then try it right then and there? You know what, I really don't like that. Can you please try this, this, and this? On the contrary, what you have is a lot of boutique guys reaching out to different manufacturers and saying, can you make me a cigar for $5,000? I have $5,000. What can you do with $5,000? All right. And then they get sent a couple of samples. So you get, cigar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all numbered.
Right.
Because they're going to ask you, what profile do you like? Well, you know what? You know what? You don't know your profile. Okay. What cigars do you smoke the most? Well, I smoke the CO BG Reserve a lot. And it's San Andreas, Indonesian. Okay. So that's what you like. Let me, do you want something? I want something similar to that. So they start blending cigars similar to what I like. Okay, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to sell it, right?
Right.
So once they send me a couple of samples, I try them, and you say, okay, you know what? The first one, A, it just didn't fit with me, but I like C, but I wish it was a little stronger. So you call them up, hey, I really like that third cigar, but I need a little bit more strength. What can we do? Well, you know what? Let me add a little bit more ligero, and let me do this, and let me do that, right? It's a phone call. You're not touching it. You're not smelling it. You're not involved in the process. Yeah. For all you know, that guy's grabbing a cigar off the shelf and just sending it to you. You don't know if he's actually rolling it, and shit like that happens.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why you have to be with a reputable company to make a cigar. Again, there's so much that goes into making a cigar, right? Correct. Which we won't get into because that's another show, a completely other show. But
do that show.
And which I've learned, and you know, the last 2-3 years, really, right? I've had a lot of people teaching me, which I'm feel blessed about. But you know, it's just these boutique guys don't have that. Not everyone has that. So you see a lot of boutique guys, and because they're short on, and you know, I'm not mentioning names, but I'm going to call BS, right? You don't have enough money. This is all you have, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Yeah.
They put out a cigar, and they're going to call it, hey, it's a limited edition run. It's limited edition because you don't own the blend. They own the blend. Your manufacturer owns the blend. You own the name. Okay. So you don't know your blend, right? You might have had a fight with the guy, so you don't like him. This is going to be your only line you're making with this freaking guy. Right, or whatever the case may be. So you release it as a limited edition because you only had enough money to make 500 boxes.
Right.
Okay? Right. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm going to come out with 500 boxes, if I'm spending my money on that, whatever it costs, it better be fire.
Yep.
Right. It's got to compete with the who's who of boutique out there. You know, I'm not just making a cigar. Hey, you know what? I like it. Let's do it. If it's not ready, if it's not to my liking, I'm not. You know, it shouldn't come out. Shouldn't hit the market at all. So we're talking about COVID and how that kind of changed a factor for all of us, right? We couldn't go to cigar lounges and smoke. Everyone has to buy cigars online and sit at home and enjoy a cigar. That's great. How the hell do you find out about boutique cigars? You know, we had during COVID, and when it first started, we all were really blessed to have Zoom calls and, you know, whereby meetings, and everyone's smoking cigars, and we're all talking about everything we're smoking. Hey, Frank, try this new cigar. I found it in New York, man. It's freaking great. You know, try the Clown cigar. Go to their Facebook page, and when they release their cigar, get on there and buy some, and it's fucking fire. It's only going to cost you $30, right? Who's doing that now? Nobody. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. So boutique cigars that are coming out, like I said, there's a boutique cigar guy, a recent guy that just came out with a cigar in the last 2 months here in Orlando area. Okay. Nobody knows about his cigar outside this area. Nobody.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody. It's not like it's making its way to New York and it's cross country to California and it's going, you know, to the Midwest. Nobody knows about it. You know, I know about it because I smoke with the guy in a cigar lounge. Other than that, nobody knows about it. Right. So how's the boutique guy going to market? Because that's a big part of the cigar industry.
Absolutely.
How are you going to market it?
Yeah.
Correct.
You need a budget to do that. I mean, that doesn't come cheap.
Marketing is very
Marketing,
expensive.
you need a budget for that.
You need a budget.
You need talented people behind that, because a lot of guys, even though they have great conceptual ideas about what they want their brand to be, if you don't get it to market properly, and it could be a great stick, it'll die on the vine.
Yeah.
You know, my background is in PR and advertising and things like that. So I understand what that means. And it costs money to do that. And do it right.
And marketing for tobacco, you know, is very hard nowadays, right? So it's not like we can just put billboards out there and say, hey, buy my cigar. So you're looking at the magazines, you're looking at Cigar Aficionado, you're looking at, you know, so on, and Cigar Snob, etc. And you're trying to buy a page, a half a page, something to promote your line.
Influencers are the big.
Influencers are huge right now. Huge.
Yes.
You know, if you can, but again, it's one of the things I laugh at when I speak to people that are trying to get into the industry, and I don't laugh at them. It's, you know, like, you're an idiot. Well, I do, but you know, but you have to have a story. It's not like I just came out with a cigar because I have a passion. I really like to smoke. Good job, Chief. Now what?
Now
what?
Well, the big thing for a guy or anybody who really wants to get into this industry, tell me if I'm wrong, Ray, is they have to go 24/7 into it. You can't do it part-time. You can't just say, because like you said, I got a passion, like you said, okay, I want to do this. No, you
100% agree with you. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. Frank with Ponce Cigars. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Frank with Ponce Cigars is a very good friend of mine. I love him dearly. I help him out any chance I get. Frank lives this life. Frank is out there. He's first and foremost, he's making the phone calls. He's sending out the emails. He's walking into those cigar lounges and introducing himself. He's handing out one cigar and handing out that one cigar. If you can't smoke that cigar, right? That's what I do. If you don't have 5 minutes to smoke with me, I'm not giving you a cigar. Okay. Right. I'm not wasting. It doesn't matter how many cigars I have. I'm just not wasting it. I want to sit down with you and talk. We're going to have a conversation, right? Frank goes into those shops. He hands out a cigar and he talks with passion about his cigar. He loves his cigar. This is his life. That's how he makes his living. That's how he pays his rent. That's how he pays his car note, right? That's how he's able to travel, right? So Frank from Ponce Cigars has all of my respect. A boutique line that just came out in the last year or two and is doing phenomenal here in the state of Florida. He recently opened up accounts in Puerto Rico. He's doing the right thing, and he's got a great story to go with it, right? He's got a great story about that cigar.
Yeah, we had Frank at a boutique cigar event. He was there, and he came to our table, and he gave us a cigar, and he was just starting off, and he's at the event. He's doing what it has to be done.
Yeah,
Frank's a great guy. You're right. He lives and eats this cigar industry.
If you're working a full-time job because you're, working in whatever, it doesn't matter if you're corporate, doesn't matter, working at a gas station. If you make a cigar and it's secondary to everything else you're doing, it's what it is. It's not going anywhere. Now, you might get it into a few shops and, whatever. And you might get a couple of pretty girls to smoke your cigar and promote it online. But it's still not going to go anywhere. We're not looking at the cigar. We're looking at her, everything else.
That's true. Now,
I got a question for you.
On, Kyle. I've got an audience member who wants to give you a little bit of
good, bad, or ugly. Give it to me.
Have you called on Falto Cigar Shop in Maya Wez? And if you need an introduction, Brad can help you.
So, Brad, I'm not going to – I don't have – actually, I have my laptop here, but I don't have my list right in front of me. I'm currently in 9 shops in Puerto Rico right now. Okay. I'm supposed to be out there sometime in February to host a couple of cut-in lights. Okay. So I'll be going to Puerto Rico roughly every 3 months or so, sometimes more, for a week at a time, doing cut-in lights at all my lounges. So I have 9 current lounges in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Puerto Rico is beautiful. Right? I'm Puerto Rican and Honduran. I grew up in Puerto Rico on the base, Ramey base. And when I was a kid, my father owned in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. My biological father, owned a pet store called Island Dreams Pet Store. Exotic animals and stuff in Puerto Rico. Is the biggest pet store on the island for many, many years. Like 20 years, the thing was there. And then he retired and moved out here to Florida. Puerto Rico it's a small island, right? So you don't need a lot of, you don't need a big footprint there. The fact that I'm in 9 shops currently is a lot for Puerto Rico, right? Because there's not a spot. I've got every location right now, like every piece of Puerto Rico has Blanco Cigars there, and we're doing really, really well.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I will reach out to you. If you want, you can send me a private message. And if you're in Puerto Rico, when I shoot down there, I'll be more than happy to give you a call, hang out with us, and first drinks on me, man.
Yeah, Ray, Brad just told me to give you his phone number.
Send it to me.
Over, I'll send it. And Brad is so knowledgeable. He's been in the industry for a quarter of a century, and the man is like an encyclopedia himself. So
we're always looking for ambassadors, man, to help us out, and something we can discuss.
Right here,
Yeah, so
you had a question for me, brother. What's up?
I want to get back to talking to you and your story here. I want to ask you, how was it going back into a lot of these cigar lounges after being with Terrazona and now reintroducing yourself as Ray with Blanco. I want to know that story, how that went. You know, how that was, because like I can imagine there were cigar shops that came in to like, Ray, it's Arizona. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm like, hold on a second. I gotta switch gears with you.
God, you put him on the spot, Kyle.
All right, look, take me off this screen. I want to look at you guys. You're not singling me out here. That's fine.
You want to go to sponsors? You want us to break the sponsors? We got to do a sponsor.
Okay, do a sponsor. I'm not afraid to talk about this, guys. Okay, go to a sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a 2-minute break for our sponsors. Let it roll.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
And look at that, we're back.
Hey, here we are again. Here we go.
Thank you for joining us here today.
Take it away, Ray.
A cigar medic right here.
Meter.
There it is.
So this device, guys. I know Philip really well. He's a great friend. Listen, this goes everywhere I go. This is always in my pocket. It's always close by.
Yep.
I never buy boxes. When I buy a lot of boxes of cigars, my humidor looks retarded. No, I can show you pictures, but it's horrible. I just took pictures for a buddy of mine. He's like, "How many cigars do you have?" I lost count. Like, a lot. It's a lot. But I buy a ton of boxes. I never buy a box from a retailer and open it to smoke. Right. It goes back. It goes in my humidor and it sits in there for a few weeks before I smoke it. And the first thing I do when I pop it open is I stick this right in, and I turn it on, and I check the humidity on there before I smoke it. I personally look. Maybe a lot of people don't know this. When you first get your cigar, the idea is that it's at, let's say it's at 70 at a retailer, right?
Right.
You pull it out of that humidor and you're smoking. You light it, you smoke, and it starts to pop on you, or it's not burning correctly, or whatever the case is. You're adding flame to your cigar. When you add flame to the cigar, you're introducing what? Humidity. You're adding water to it, right? Moisture. Yes. So that humidity of your cigar is now going up. So it started off at 70, but now it's like 80. Now it's whatever the case is. So it's not smoking the way it should. Okay. That's why I like my cigars to be, right before I smoke it, it's got to be at a 65 or less, roughly 62 to 65, because I know that humidity is about to rise and it's going to change drastically on that cigar, how it's going to smoke for me and my personal preference. So, having one of these handy in your pocket is definitely a smart buy, and I recommend it highly to anyone and everyone.
I use it every cigar I light up.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, if you smoke a cigar, you've got to have that tool with you.
Listen, when I give a cigar to a potential client, that's the first thing I do. Boom, turn it on. He's like, "Hey, what is that?" I tell him what it is and why I'm doing it. Then I give him the cigar because I want him to smoke a good product, right? Exactly. And if I can minimize any issues, I'm going to grab another cigar until I find the right one.
Right.
My cigars are traveling in a cooler in my car. Okay. I've got a shitload of Boveda packs in there, but that doesn't mean the humidity is going to be just right. Okay?
Exactly.
Especially right now with the cold weather, it changes my cigars. So, So I need to be prepared. So going back to your question, when I walk into a lounge that knows me, and I went from working with Arizona Cigars to working with Blanco Cigars, how's that reaction and that interaction? The interaction starts like this. So, Ray, I thought you worked with Arizona Cigars. What happened? Right? What happened? No, really. No, seriously, tell me. I've heard the rumors. I already heard. Just tell me. I need to confirm. And I'm not going to mention somebody here that I talk to on a regular text messaging.
Not me.
Right? Not him. Not you. No. That was the first thing. Hey, man, I saw that. I remember it too. Hey, Ray, that post you made really shocked me. What's going on? Right? It's the same thing in every single lounge. They want to hear the drama. And I'm going to tell you what the drama is, okay? Because here's the drama. It's none of your business, okay?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that, everyone has, we change jobs in life, right? And in this industry, we're in the cigar industry, we're cigar whores. We go to the next guy. You see you see all these reps, and look at their resumes. They work for this guy, that guy. They just move around. And it's not always about following the money. It's, the potential of what opportunities are there for you, okay? Arizona Cigars opened up the door for me and taught me how to be a cigar rep. I was a cigar salesman working at Corona Cigar. I worked at Executive Cigar as a tobacconist. I know my craft. I know cigars, okay? I love cigars. It's hard when you work for a single manufacturer and your brain has to switch from I love smoking Fuentes and this cigar and that cigar, and I love Saka cigars and I love Espinosa cigars. Well, now I'm only allowed to love Blanco cigars, right? So what I do, well, I'll tell you what I do later. So it's
Dave's not listening. He's
my
not.
secret. I don't give a shit. It's my secret. But I don't care. Listen, I don't care. You guys know me. I'm retired, guys. Like I don't, I work because I want to, not because I have to. There's a big difference there, right?
Yeah.
So, and I respect David. He knows how I am. He knows my sarcasm. So my boss's name is Ken. Ken knows. He'll text me today. I might answer him in 3 or 4 days because, I had my panties in a bunch 4 days ago. I just don't feel like talking to someone right now, right? So, and I'll tell him that. Look, I was pissed off. I don't want to talk. Right? There's no need. I don't want to. I didn't even go to work today. I'm drinking. I started drinking at 10 o'clock this morning because it was fucking 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So I don't care. So where are you right now? I'm sitting at a cigar lounge and I'm not smoking Blanco, right? So, so it is what it is. But we all, we have to make changes in life. Arizona Cigars taught me a lot. Like I said, working at Arizona Cigars, Willie Marante really took me under his wing and educated me and really allowed me to hone in on the skill of being a cigar rep and the understanding of what it is to be a cigar rep. Because when I went to work with Arizona Cigars, the reason they hired me, the reason they wanted me to work for them was because I have a footprint in the state of Florida. I visit a lot of lounges. I have a big following on social media. So my influencer side of me was, to them would help them bring Arizona Cigars, push, I guess, the cigar throughout Florida. And it did. But I didn't know how to sell cigars. I'd walk into a cigar lounge and say, hey, I'm with Arizona Cigars. Be like, listen, we're not interested. I'd be like, okay. And I'd leave. Like, I'm not going to piss this guy. Okay, can I come back? I wouldn't like, hey, guys, can I come back? No. Now it's, hey, listen, we really don't want to talk about Arizona Cigars or Blanco Cigars. And I'll say, why don't you want to talk about it? Like, why? Is it because you don't know enough about Blanco Cigars? Is it me? Am I an asshole? And is the cigar, have you tried the cigar in the past and you didn't like it? Was the previous cigar rep or the rep before that a dick? Hey, maybe you don't like David, right? Or maybe you don't like Ken, or maybe you made a phone call to the shop and the administrator there answered the phone and rubbed you the wrong way. I want to know. Maybe you went to TPE and had one too many drinks with the guys and shit got out of hand. Why don't you want to smoke the cigar? Right? You have to ask the questions. You don't take the no's and just walk away.
Correct.
And although I've been in sales in the past and, every no to me, it leads to a yes because you have to find those hot buttons. Finding a hot button for a cigar is difficult. It's not the same. This is not something people need. Right? This is something we want.
Yep.
Do the consumers want to spend 10, 15, 20, $100 on a cigar?
Right.
Okay? So how do you do that with a potential client, which is your your lounges, right? So that hit me pretty hard when the transition between Terrazona and Blanco it's still a little difficult. And only because there's nothing to talk about. Okay. I made a choice. I took a break. I have family. My son was going through some really hard stuff. And I had to be there for him. Okay. So that took a big chunk out of my life time that I couldn't even devote to Terrazona Cigars. It wasn't fair for me to stay with them at the end of the day. Okay. Because I was doing them an injustice if I stayed with Terrazona Cigars. No, seriously, I was doing them an injustice.
Yeah.
Going with David, going with Blanco Cigars. We have a really good understanding on my family values, what family means to me. Okay. Family comes first in my life. Work comes second. And then my motorcycle club. That's the way my life kind of falls into place, right? So David understood that. I literally, guys, when I interviewed with David, when I went to the shop, I was there with my MC. We were wearing our cuts, jeans. We rode in on our motorcycles. That's how the conversation was had. Okay? It wasn't me all dressed up. Okay, guys, let me kiss your ass. Give me a job. No, it was nothing like that. It was me walking in there saying, I don't care. Let me hear your spiel. Maybe maybe we can take this somewhere. Maybe we won't, right? I actually turned the job down. I wasn't interested.
Okay.
So, and honestly, it's because I was I felt like I was on vacation. I'm riding my motorcycle every day, all day. I don't want to take time away to do work, guys. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I'm tired of visiting lounges. Honestly, it just gets exhausting getting in that car every day and driving lounge to lounge, seeing 5-6 lounges a day, right? Repeating yourself, hearing the same spiel. So consumers or the lounge owners now, the managers to this day, I just left one 2 hours ago, and I heard the same thing, bro. What happened with you and Eddie? What happened with Terrazona Cigars? Hey, Willie's over here now, and what's going on? It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. What matters is that I'm here to show you a great product. Let's sit down and have a smoke, right?
There you go. Get to the
we have a question from the audience. Bruce asks, how many Boveda packs in a shitload?
Bruce.
And Ishmael from BAMF.
Bruce, this 5-pack is yours, Bruce, because I like you. All right, so send me your address so I can mail this out. This is yours. Hey, Bruce, you got this on video, right? Take a picture. Listen, motherfucker, take a picture. This is yours, right here. This is yours. You get a 5-pack.
Bruce wins all the time. Bruce is.
Oh, does he really? Fuck you, Bruce.
Huge mess.
Hold on. I got so many cigars here. Let me find something good. All right, here. Since Bruce wins all the time, you get the 5 minutos. We'll change it up. There it is.
What happens when you win?
One of our big followers.
Bruce, I'll give you the
support
above and beyond. Okay, these are the Epic Heroes with the Torpedo 6x60. I'll send that to you. Send the guys your address, and they'll send it to me. Whatever, I'll get that sent out to you. So I'll tell you what a shitload is. I have the big box, the big Boveda packs, and I have about 25 or so Boveda packs in there, the big ones. So,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah. That is a shitload.
It's a shitload. I buy those myself.
As we've learned, like the Boveda packs, like where they sit, that humidity is higher where they sit, but you go away from the Boveda packs, you start losing that humidity out. So I mean, you really do need a shitload of Boveda packs.
Yeah, you need a shitload. You need a shitload, and you have to be smart. Listen, it's no different than your humidors at home, guys. If you're not rotating your cigars, you're
in trouble.
You're missing out, right? I have cabinets, and I have through 2 or 3 desktop humidors, and every 2 months or so, maybe, I rotate everything. I mean, I pull everything out. I completely, clean up my humidor. I go through the whole process. I make sure that my humidors are exactly where I want them. Then I throw in my cigars. Anything that was at the top is in the middle, and I rotate it all on the shelves. And then I put my Boveda packs in there, and then I throw my Oasis back on and make sure that's going right. And, it's a process. It's a process.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Now I gotta ask you, you got that awesome Domino's table hanging behind you.
Yeah, my old lady had that made for me.
Do you play?
Yeah, I play dominoes. I'm not as good as I'd like to be. And JB with Iconic Smokers knows because he's whooped my ass more than enough times. But yeah, I love to play dominoes. I love playing poker, even though, again, I'm not good at anything. I just like to play, just like to have a good time.
Nice. All right, we gotta get you up here because we got
for sure.
There's a resident dominoes player up here at a Cuban, Luis.
Oh,
Luis.
he's
Oh my God.
He's a true Cuban.
He will teach you the way to play dominoes the Cuban way.
Listen, all you got to do is let me know what your local cigar lounge is, and if they carry Blanco, they will. If they don't, they will. And then I have this really cool credit card. It's gold and it says American Express, and on the bottom it says Blanco Cigars.
All right.
I'll gladly shoot up to you, man.
we got at least 4, 5, 6 lounges around here that we can get you into up here.
All you gotta do is send me the list. I'll take care of the rest, man.
All right.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
It's taken care of.
And believe you me, I have it's this funny thing about me. When I say I'm getting into a lounge, I'm getting into a lounge.
Breaking too. It doesn't matter.
No, seriously. It's like, hey, I'm gonna take. What time do you get off work? Because me and you're gonna have a conversation outside by your car. I'm gonna go get my bat. There go your kneecaps. Have a nice day. No, but no, sorry. Whew, flashbacks. I'm so sorry. Flashbacks. Wrong guy. I'm so sorry about that. But seriously,
sure you don't have a little Italian in you? I mean, I'm just wondering.
Listen, I grew up in East Meadow, man. It's just who I am. But
we have Alan there. He's like, "Will you come to Rockford?" Yes. We'll get him out to Rockford for you, Alan.
Whatever you need. Illinois. Yeah, I'm gonna actually be going there. I got to go visit Barry. So.
Barry's down in Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop in. Yeah, I know he's in Mississippi, but I'm gonna stop by and see Barry. Then I'm gonna go to Chicago and see a couple of buddies of mine. So.
He's taking the long way to Mississippi.
No. So I was texting today. I'm gonna be going to Tallahassee in the next week or two, right? So I'm selecting my route. So I leave Orlando. I hit all the lounges, Orlando all the way to Jacksonville all the way to Tallahassee. But while I'm in Tallahassee, I'm making a trip to Mississippi.
All right. When you want to come to this area, let us know. We'll set you up all places that we can hook you up with.
Yeah, we can get you into a bunch of
lounges.
Let's do it. He needs to be there.
Michigan. Me and Ken.
Michigan, of course.
Michigan. Me and Ken had a conversation about a month ago about going to the Illinois, going to Chicago area. So it's a territory that David started his career in, right? Working law enforcement fireman out there. So because of that, I want to get out there and hey, that's regardless that we're in Florida, that's kind of home base. Just like New York is home base to me. It's why being in certain lounges on Long Island is important to me. Going back home and representing, right, my community where I'm from, right? That's important to me. I don't care who the rep out there is. Right. No disrespect. You can keep the whatever, but I'm going home and I'm going to visit these lounges.
Right.
But
places for you to visit.
Listen, there's just no shortage of cigar lounges. There's no shortage of cigar lounges.
Not at all.
It's crazy.
There you go. You got the personal invite from Alan. You'll be more than welcome in my lounge.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Open doors and open arms.
Alan is one of our sponsors too. So he just opened up this place. Kyle and I are planning on doing
he just opened it up. Congratulations and good luck, man.
Yep, he just opened up. Super guy. And he was to the BCA, and he's just a wonderful guy. He really is, and we're excited for him opening up his new lounge. So he definitely a guy that you should talk to, or wherever you got up here, and get the Blanco in there. Because,
for sure, guys, for sure.
And then we have Mike Puelco, one of our resident people watchers. Chicago is great this time of year.
Yeah, it's only 0. So it's okay.
What is it? 30 below 0.
Listen,
you'll love it. From Florida, go directly there.
Mike, let me tell you something, Mike. Don't get it twisted. I'm from New York. I've traveled the world when I was in the Army. I've been in some of the coldest places, hottest places. I don't like the cold weather. I'm freezing right now, and it's in the 50s here in Florida. And to me, it's it was a joke. I texted somebody from work and I was like, listen, I'm calling today a snow day. It's too cold. I just can't. My car's frozen outside. It won't start. You know, my shovel broke. They're like, it's raining. Yeah, it's not. My umbrella flew away. I can't go to work. You know,
just to put it in perspective for you, Ray, it's going to get to a high of a -30 here tomorrow.
Yeah, no. You guys aren't going to see me for about 3 months, man. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
14th, come on up at Alan's place. We're going to do a big opening event for him.
You keep me posted on when that event is, because I'm going to forget. Just I suck at answering people. Just send me the info, and I'll make sure I'm there one way or another.
So Luigi, this has to be Luigi saying freezing our Corleones right now.
Sorry about that, Luigi. Hey,
Cigar Medics.
I know.
Medics.
I said Phil earlier. I was thinking about my buddy Philip.
Hey, you know what, Luigi? First of all, why are you saying Corleones? I don't know if that Corleones is Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
I don't know, Luigi. What Italian? Where in Italy are you from?
He's watching too much Godfather lately.
No.
Not from Italy.
Man.
He's not from Sicily. Well, maybe he is. That's why he's giving a Godfather shout out.
And then you got Tracy in Michigan. She says 15 degrees. Got the window open.
Got the window open. 50 is too hot. God. Listen, I'm in my garage, guys, and I've got a little heater sitting right next to me. Okay, yeah, this guy's. I don't play around. It's cold.
Your blood thinned out a long time ago.
Yeah, it's cold.
I have it here too.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
Let me tell you, I'm from New York too.
We're sitting inside, so we're somewhat toasty in here.
Nothing like.
I mean, with the heater on, I had it on for like a good 2 hours. I called my old lady. I was like, "Hey, turn on the heater in the garage. I'm gonna be home soon. I got to do a show." It's not gonna happen. I would have called you guys and canceled if I wasn't at a cigar lounge. If I was not gonna be warm, this wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen at all.
Wow, you would have stiffed up the hole.
We don't even respect.
No respect.
No respect.
Respect over here.
Come on.
Slap you in the mouth, Ray. I'm gonna slap you in the mouth, Ray. Hey, Ray, come here.
Bob and Frank do that when they see you at the lounge next time.
Barry says it's 45 in Mississippi. So
Yeah, you can keep it, bro. Not for me, man.
Cool.
Not for me.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's funny. Frank lives right down the road, but I'll be damned if I ever get a text message. Hey, we're going to Corona Cigar to have a smoke. Nothing. Nothing. You got a cigar rep at your disposal and a friend. And I hear from it from Facebook. I see that you're out there having a party, having a good time. I just got home. Like, this guy could have texted me.
It's all right. You got to understand, Frank is BFFs with Howard G. So, I mean, wherever Howard G is,
listen,
Frank is there.
Howard G. Listen, Howie and I are very good friends. We were out together last night at Corona right here on Sand Lake. It's our home shop. I live 5 minutes from there. So
you didn't invite.
Hey, where was
I sent you an invite. I did. The last time we did a show together, I told you to come there anytime. I'm always there.
That's called an open invite, huh?
Yeah, it's an open invite. Listen, when I get off work, when my day ends, in driving and I'm sitting at lounges all day long.
Yeah.
I always go to Corona Cigar on Sand Lake. That's my home shop. I'm 6 minutes from there. That's where I know I don't drink all day long. I have coffee and water all day. And my freaking Ritz crackers that I carry in my car. So, that's like the Puerto Rican in me, I think. But
that's a great diet.
That's my diet.
Going to Corona, tell me you're getting the cappuccino when you go to Corona.
Are you crazy, man? No. I'm getting the Balvenie. I'm getting, I get my liquor on. It's time to drink. It's time to drink. You guys know I have not done a show with you where I'm not drinking. It's just the day's over, and I don't care what I'm doing. The day's over. It's time to pour some drinks and get to doing my thing.
There you go with Luigi. He's like, love Ray. He is the real deal.
Yeah.
And what a deal he is.
You know, you get. Thank you. Thank you. Watch, this guy's gonna. You know, that's okay, Chief. That's okay, Bruce. When you get some bullshit cigars delivered to your house, you know, it's okay, Bruce. Don't forget. You know,
you know what?
I am not afraid. Listen, I am not afraid to renege on you at all because I don't care, bro. I don't care, man.
Hey, you know what, Ray? I think you need to send him a box of Ritz crackers.
Right? Exactly right. Some Ritz crackers and one cigar.
A case, and make sure you crumble the crackers. So,
right?
Don't worry, the bills take care of that.
Listen, you know, growing up, you know, my mother was in the military, and we had some hard times here and there, you know, in her career when she first started, especially being lower enlisted, right?
Right.
So as a kid, you know, she wouldn't, before she took me to school, she dropped my brother off at grandma's house, and then me and her we'd go to work with her. I'd go to work with her. She'd take me to the base cafeteria where I got to eat breakfast, and it was always a bowl of cereal with warm milk. Okay, not cold milk. It was always warm. No, I kid you not. It was warm milk in my Frosted Flakes. Yeah. If we didn't have time for that, she would get a small mug, right, or a mug for coffee. She'd pour coffee in there, café con leche, and she'd grab like 8, 9 fucking Ritz crackers. She'd throw them in there and she'd crush them up, and then she'd give me a spoon, and then she's like. And then we'd be dry. She would drive me to school, and I'm sitting there eating Ritz crackers on a spoon in coffee, and I'm like, and I'm trying to chow this down because that's my meal. And then I'm in class, and the teacher's wondering why I'm like running around the classroom and pissing on myself, and you know, causing havoc. I'm in the corner. I'm the kid in the corner pissing in the bushes, right in the trees. And, you know, like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, oh yeah, right. You know, Ray, say your ABCs, ABCD, F, J, you know, it's like everything. I was just hyped up all the time. My mom gave me coffee and Ritz crackers, man. I survived on it, and I still do.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
My thing. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you.
So I think, Ray, I hope you stay on, but we're going to go to the
break. I'm going to do a quick break. I have a little commercial break, and we'll come back. You know, Ray, we do Stump the Chooch, which now has become Smoke the
Chooch.
And your
I am not in this. You guys know I suck at trivia. I'm out. I'm just watching.
You watch.
This is history.
It's history. You're good. You can figure this out. We know you can.
You think I paid attention in school? Okay.
Yeah. We're doing
you know what I did in school? Not that.
Yeah,
not that.
He was too hyped up on coffee and crackers.
Yeah, and some other stuff. I used to smoke a lot.
Oh, exactly. So we'll be right back to enjoy another gift away.
Gift away, yeah.
As Ron likes to put it.
Gift from the David Blanco line. Let's do
All right,
it.
let's do it. And let's go and check out some of our sponsors.
Yeah.
RnA Treasures out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs. Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewv.com.
It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we are back.
Here we are.
We are back, and of course, it's time to play.
Smoke.
Of the
Chooch.
And we have our, obviously, it wouldn't be a Chooch segment without our mascot.
Absolutely.
Something else.
That's Frank's mating call.
That's my mating call.
Oh my God.
As you can see, we obviously spare no expense with our sound effects and our characters that we actually do this with. So, I love history, and today in history, there are a lot of things that happened.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Bob. Even things that you might know.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Well, in 1933. This is right when Bob was probably about a teenager.
Yeah, I was.
He was a teenager.
I was in high school.
He was in high school.
I think Bob was driving a car there, the first car, the Model T.
He had his first Model T.
First cigar.
So, in 1933, many state emergency work relief bureaus are cutting the hourly rate for laborers. So, they cut that rate. What was the rate that they cut it to per hour in 1933?
7 cents.
Boy, Ronnie, what did you think they were? Wow, 7 cents.
I'm going to say $1.25.
No.
No. Kyle, you're crazy. We're only, that's. I was working at that minimum wage. It was actually cut from 40 cents an hour to 33 cents an hour.
33. Oh, wow.
33.
Wow.
Bruce was close. He had said 35 cents an hour.
That's what it is now, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So on this date in history, it's pretty special. In 1949, this country had its first election. In 1949, on this date.
Its first erection?
It's for yeah. Well, Kyle, that was your first erection in '49. That was Bob's first erection. Israel. Who guessed that?
Ronnie.
Who guessed that? Jesus.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine. I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
Oh, to both of you. There you go.
That's my boy. There he is.
As Ray would say.
He's been looking at the phone.
There it is.
I'm going to give you another good one. Maybe Ray might know this. Maybe Ron might know this. In 1947, this gangster dies of pneumonia.
1947.
Luciano.
No,
Luciano.
No, he did not die of pneumonia. And he happens to be from the state that you live in, Ronnie.
No.
Al Capone.
He died of syphilis.
Oh, yeah, but complications due to pneumonia. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. One more for you chooches. All right. Let's see if you guys get this. 1959. This was the first Boeing 707 internal U.S. flight. It went from New York to L.A. How much was a one-way ticket?
In what year?
1959.
Whoa.
$50.
Got to be
That's
about.
what I was thinking, like $50.
Yeah.
Thinking about $800.
800's a bit stiff, don't you think?
Well, back then, price of airlines.
I'm still around the $50.
No.
Bob is out of his mind. $300 one way.
All right, so
Really?
wow. 300 was very.
It's
very,
not 8.
Very
It's
light,
not 8. I'm
right?
sorry,
On the
but it's
pocket?
not 8.
All right, so
You know. But now this is for. Okay, so now this is for the audience, right? We need to give away something nice other than our Chooch shirt, because our Chooch shirt can only, do something. What do you want to give away? Those little 5 minutes, or are you giving those 5 minutes to Bruce?
I'm gonna.
Bruce is only getting one.
Bruce has this. This is for Bruce right here. We can do a sampler pack of the CO cigars. It's a 4-pack sampler.
Wow.
Now, Bruce and
so you're gonna get the first third, second third, final third, and I believe a BG reserve.
Wow.
Now, Bruce and Tracy, they're banned from this, right?
They're banned for life.
Well, Bruce is getting his box of Ritz crackers, so he can't win tonight.
Bruce, you already won. You're out, bro. You're out. Bruce is out. If he answers correctly, choose the next guy. I'm not sending him two shots.
Okay, so this is going to be Kyle. You're going to have to cue our great music that we have accompanying it. And of course, I'll have a visual aid, which I won't give you the answer to. So here we go.
All right.
January 25th, 2004. This music icon was paid by a ladies' underwear company, Victoria's Secret, to fly to Venice in northern Italy to film a TV ad in an ancient palazzo with a scantily dressed model. Some fans were upset, while others empathized with the rock star. Who?
We got JJ saying Whitney Houston.
We have Barry Argento saying Dylan. What is the correct answer, folks? Who wants to know? I'm sure Barry would want to know if he thinks that that's the winner. Bob Dylan.
Whoa!
Bob Dylan is the correct answer.
Barry. Wow, I did not know that one.
Barry Dylan. Wait, you know what? You can save. I'll tell you what, Ray. Save the
and just give it to him personally.
Personally, yes. Save the postage and just hand deliver it to him. That's what I say.
There you go, Barry. Now
Let me tell you, postage will cost me what, $8 and change, $9. The trip over there is going to cost me, a couple of $100. I'm gonna mail it out. Okay.
Barry, I come to see you. Put it that way.
Barry, brother, I'll send it to you in a couple of days, bro.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, Ray, you are a great guest.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks for having me on, as always, guys.
Have you ever considered doing a podcast before? I mean, just thinking,
If I've thought about it. It's just not my spiel, man. I suck at this.
Cigar enthusiast. What do you think? Can we do
Maybe.
that?
I think cigar enthusiast would be his right term. Yep.
Listen, why don't you do a podcast incorporating Barry, but no bones about it, right? Which is part of Cigar Enthusiast. Do a collaboration together.
We did.
I said together with me, like all of us.
Okay.
Barry had his show from was it 6:30 to 7:30? So we got to set it up at 7 o'clock. Well, that's when he does No Bones About It. But he does 5.5 Legs on Tuesday nights with his guys. So Barry, let's set up a show at 7 with Ray on it. So you got your half-hour show, and then we can get right with our show. We will mix the doogie together. How does that?
What? We'll mix the doogie?
Doogie?
What are you talking about? We mix the doogie.
First Ronnieism. There we go. Drink, everybody.
Drink.
Finally, Ronnie, to end the show, he does it with style.
Oh yeah,
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
I didn't do one all night. I had to get one in there.
Listen, to you guys and to everyone watching, listen, thank you so much for having me on the show with you guys. You guys know how I feel about you. We're, you guys are great friends to me.
Yes.
As far as my career and the things I'm doing, I thank you all for the support, constant support, and allowing me, it's because of you guys that I'm able to do stuff like this. The consumers out there watching that smoke the cigars, it's because of you that I'm out there working and doing what I love. So thank you all. And I hope that you guys take the opportunity, whether it's, purchasing it from the website or going to your local brick and mortar and trying out a Blanco cigar. It's a great smoke. Pick any cigar, really. It's a great smoke.
Yes.
So I'm a personal whore to the BG Reserve, but that's just
Look at this thing. There's nothing left. There's nothing left.
Listen,
Okay.
take it to the nub every time, man. Take it to the nub.
Every time.
Yeah, gotta take it. It's a good smoke. Yep.
And
It's a complex cigars. They're great.
Yes,
Well,
and,
we'll have Frank and Bob
We'll hook up at Corona.
when you hook up at Corona together. I'll talk to Barry. We'll set this all up, and I think it will be a great show.
I'm gonna hold my breath to us meeting up at Corona. So we'll see.
Oh.
You guys don't leave me. Don't leave me hanging. You guys don't. Listen. Look. You cannot say you don't have my number because you didn't miss a beat to text me to say, "Hey, the show starts. The show starts in 4 minutes." That was you. Okay. Show starts in 4 minutes.
You make it over to Heathrow.
Yeah, it's just
right.
30 minutes from
We'll
here
meet you up
anytime.
there, man.
I love going there, hanging out with Angel and the guys, man.
No,
Hey, Ray, just out of curiosity, are you going to come up with Dave to the BCA in August?
I will be at PCA. TPE, guys. Listen, we're at TPE right now.
Right.
Don't ask me the booth. I won't lie. No one. I didn't go to TPE this year because I have a lot of appointments. So I was completely kept out of the loop as far as TPE. I don't know the booth. I don't know shit that's going on over there. I don't even know the deals. It has nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Well, tell Ray we're going to be up at the BCA.
But I will be at PCA. We are obviously David's sponsor for the Boutique Cigar Association. So I will be there for the Boutique Cigar Association.
Yes.
There's no doubt. You guys will see me around.
Excellent.
All right.
Right.
Ray, thank you very much.
Ray.
Hey, no, thank you guys. Take care. Stay classy. Stay smoky, everyone.
Thank you.
Dave from us. And from all of us to all of you, everybody, as Frank would say, how's this famous
Light them
line?
up.
Light them up.
Light 'em up.
Keep it lit.
Yeah.
But I say light them up.
Everybody.
Many of the cigar brands that we make, they're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years. When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. We're in the house. For some reason, we find a lot of Italians on this show.
My leave to go and take the cannoli uncles over here. Decided
Yes.
to be on the show sometime.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
so,
we won't hold that against you. We invented this we want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it?
The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien, oye?
¿Cómo está?
Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Oliva.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back and I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather. It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and superheroes.
I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always looked at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow, that was... Wow, man. You got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so